Okay. Hello, CPU. I have been experimenting, sort of, with the computer tech hardware that I have right now. It's not great. And like any successful person will tell you, you just gotta make do. So that's what we're doing. We're making do with our integrated webcam, with our flashlight on the phone. Comparison, they say, is the root of all evil. And that's true. So, I'm just going to talk, and hopefully I have done enough to where the audio quality is not terrible. I'm using a microphone for the first time. So if I had a sound editor, this is where he would put in the ba 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 ba. Although I could do that, it's just my hardware. Again, limitations. It really slows down the process. So we're taking this bit by bit. Here, 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 here. What if I spoke like this? Would this add a cooler cooler angle to what I'm doing? Why not, right? I have my arms folded like this and I'm just leaning, bro. So this is my YouTube channel and I get to talk. Let me say that again. I get to talk. I get to speak my mind. Sorry, I don't speak my mind. Actually, I don't. I don't do that very much. I censor myself. I filter. Not because I have like atrocious thoughts. It's just that sometimes people just don't know how to how to hear it. This is also a different situation too, where I mean this is my YouTube channel, so like you clicked on it, you wanted to come and see it. So I guess I don't really have to worry about filtering myself too much. I've I started this channel when I was in my car and I'd it's been some years that I haven't lived in my car and I'm still working on trying to get more room and more space. It's tough, as anybody would tell you. And it's also part of the journey. I am curious. You hear talk about how previous generations had it much easier. And sure, maybe they had a place, right? A house does not make a home. So I'm just doing my best to keep things in perspective, which is why I go to therapy, which is why I'm putting my resume out there and hoping someone will add me to their team. That's tough because I'm in a position of powerlessness. I want to be in a position of power, as any hustler does, I guess. If you would even consider me a hustler, am I a hustler? Dramatic pause. Dramatic pause. I'm looking at my CPU right now. I have the OBS layouts up, and I'm just monitoring the CPU. It's not bad when I'm recording. It's when I'm playing video games that I have to monitor it. And maybe it's just YouTube. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh that does that. So, I'll be experimenting with different games and I'll see what's up. Because right now I'm looking at the levels and I'm hoping that it's enough that I'm not overburdening the system too much. I do want to keep on talking about myself if that's okay. Again, this is mi canal. And this isn't a therapy session, so it's a different environment. I have a tendency to treat different situations like if they were my therapy session, and that's traumatic. It That's traumatizing as hell. My therapist, I don't, I'm running through a filter right now, and I'm like, should I say it? Should I not say it? She, she says a lot of stuff, and her methods are wild. And it's teaching me so much. Like, I don't know. It's, I almost feel like she's teaching me how to be reckless, which coming from me, like how to be reckless coming from me is not really reckless. So I don't know, man. Like I have a couple of job interviews. Well, I have one for sure, and then another one I'm trying to, or I'm waiting to hear back from, and I don't know how they're gonna go because I don't interview well, and I also don't feel the greatest about myself, like in terms of confidence. So and also like I'm also driven and motivated though. So it's a weird conflict on the inside that I feel, and I really just don't know what to do about it. Well, I do actually. I mean, I'm going to therapy and I'm doing good. Like I've been I've been committing to life again, and from where I was, kind of just accepting life's terms. I am now just like, well, you know what? I want different terms. I'm gonna seek different terms. And I'm gonna life is gonna meet me on my level, not the other way around. Um, Coming from Watts, that's a big deal. Coming from not the most friendly of places. Um, how much of that, how much of me saying that is like true, and then how much of it is just conditioning. Like if you rock with me, you know that I am a good guy. So don't take too much of what I say too seriously. I am just having fun recording myself in my little makeshift. I say makeshift as if I'm working with cardboard boxes. I'm not. I'm not. So what do I do? What do I do from here? I don't know. Keep talking. Are you bored yet? Am I gonna am I gonna put like gameplay of something in the background? I don't know. I don't know. There's much about life that is to be discovered. And I'm looking forward to it, especially having a job. Oh my god, if I can get a job and not hate it, which seems kind of impossible, that'd be dope. Um I mean even with this, right? Like YouTube, Twitch, like again, comparison sucks. And it feels like that's all we can do sometimes. So here's to me practicing not comparing. It almost feels like ignoring, right? Maybe it's a survival thing. Again, I'm not a doctor. I do like to think. Think. I do like to think though. I do like to like ponder stuff. And when it's so let me ponder. Allow me the privilege of pondering out loud here. Maybe comparison, like the act of doing, like the psychological whatever of comparing, that maybe that's like a survival instinct. You know, we compare because we want to learn, right? So we hear other people's stories and we want to learn from that, and that like falls in the same realm of like when we see somebody on the street and we compare ourselves, which I guess women also do, according to my therapist. I don't know. I'm not a woman, okay? I'm not. um, Although I feel like I do have feminine qualities. The right ones though. Ooh, you know what? Listen, I run the filter in my head because I'm often talking for the people who don't like me. Like I'm often running a filter based on what someone who what someone might say about me negatively, right? So like I don't want anyone to ever say anything negative about me. So like I run it through a filter to like stop it. And man, I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. All right. So yeah, whatever. All right, we're at 10 minutes. I'm feeling okay. My throat's feeling a little bit. Mm, pause. Gotta make yourself laugh sometimes. No, I took opera training in college, and so they taught techniques on how to properly use the voice, and I always feel like I'm not doing it properly. I'm not properly utilizing mi voz. Um, oh well. We can also be cool in the silence. In therapy, my therapist, she tells me that that's my time, right? Which sounds obvious, right? Like, duh, it is my time, right? I go there, I sit in person, and she's right in front of me. I I don't know how to explain it. Like it's wild. I have grown. There have been times in therapy. I've been in therapy for like 5 years, and there have been times when I don't want to be too mean to myself here. I just I didn't want to be there, you know, and so I acted out. I acted out by like drawing within. This ties back to what I was saying about comparison. This because so I had therapy. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I had therapy yesterday, and we were talking about comparisons. And there are some people, and I'm trying to be more like this. Honestly, like we talk about growth, we talk about change. I'm trying to be more like this guy. Nobody specifically, just the guy that you might see when you are like at Starbucks or something. Just the proverbial guy. Um, people though that guy. He'll see somebody and he'll feel inadequate, right? And then he'll be like, "Dope, that's motivation for me to like improve and get better." And I'm not that guy. I'm not. My instinct is to withdraw. And like I just default to feeling terrible about myself. And then all my motivation to do better just goes away. So I have no idea what that says about me. That probably is a question for my therapist. It's just, man, every time I'm in therapy, I'm always thinking like, how can I do this the best possible way? Like I'm a weird dichotomy of like ambitious and sensitive. Like it's not good. Like if you're gonna be ambitious, you can't be sensitive because that don't make no sense. It's like trying to be both the flame and the water. It you can't, not at the same time. So I don't know. I feel like I need to tap into my ambitious side more. It's just like the Legend of Korra. I just have a hard time tapping into to certain parts of me that I need to tap into because of the word need. Like by evolutional standards, evolutional? evolutionary standards, I already am doing everything I quote unquote need to do. Like, I have shelter, I have food. That's Abraham Maslow's base level, right? And so I'm like trying to work on the ladders above that. I'm trying to work on doing for myself. And there are times when I have been employed and I'm able to like have money to spend on myself. It never really lasts. Every time I get employment and then I have money to spend on myself, it doesn't last. I don't I can't stay tapped in to that ambitious side for too long. I don't know. I'm not making any sense. I do wish that I was talking to my therapist right now instead of a camera. I mean, it is what blah. I didn't tell my therapist this, and I don't know why. I guess just other things took precedent. I had drinks. Well, not drinks. A drink, like half a drink of, not even half, less than half of, with some well, acquaintances. I was gonna say strangers, and they're not really strangers. They're not really friends either. They're just acquaintances. Sorry if that's mean. I'm still working on like saying stuff that a little bit too honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I need to work on that. It's just there's a big learning curve, and the only way to learn sometimes is like to fall, right? If you're learning how to ride a bike, you're gonna fall. So, and then that's good because you need to learn how to, you need to learn how to fall. It's just when the metaphor is the bike and we're talking about like people, then falling like is an emotional injury, and I can handle physical pain. I have a pretty high pain tolerance. Emotional pain is the worst. So I don't. I hope I learn pretty quickly how to say things a certain way when I need to. Because certain times I do need to say things a certain way sometimes. So, um, anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it was cool. Like I kind of felt like I invited myself. Um, it was one of those situations where they were talking about it while I was within earshot. Um, so I didn't feel like I was personally being invited. So I've been in therapy for 5 years, and I know that I can be a hermit. Hermit. I can go into solitude pr- in an unhealthy way. I can go into solitude. So I don't know. I just took a chance. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna invite myself. I'm like, oh hey, I'll go. You know, um, and they were cool about it. They're just like, yeah, dope. Like it wasn't a big deal. I was making it a big deal in my head. Um, so we went. I felt. I mean, it felt good. I don't. I don't know. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional, and like it's hard to talk when we're emotional. Um, yeah, it was really fun. It had been a while since I had um gotten drinks with people. With just people, and then like I'm also like the oldest one too. So I don't know. it's a it's a little embarrassing that I don't have enough money to pay for my own drink. So it's good. I can use that embarrassment as motivation. That is something that I can use as motivation. Man. All right. 20 minutes. What else? What else can I say? What else can I talk about? What else can I do? Cuz I'm an entertainer, baby. Who's baby? I don't know. I don't know who baby is. No one puts baby in a corner, so they say. No, my light. Okay. Technical difficulties. No worries. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I messed around with the color settings on my laptop, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't. I don't know how to fix it. It makes me look very, very orange. Oh my god. And then I messed up again. So this this has to do with learning how to say things a certain way, especially when it comes to other people's feelings, cuz I did not grow up in a home that focused on emotions. I wasn't taught how to be emotionally just like emotions weren't important, you know? Like survival. That's what's important. Um and not everyone is coming from that background. I am thinking about Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I'm thinking about who I would socialize better with. And then I don't want to socialize with people like myself. Like, first of all, there aren't that many people like me, all right? Let's just be real, okay? I'm the avatar over here. I'm I'm the avatar, okay? Um so if I'm not someone who like can socialize well, um because in like I don't know. Like if I'm going to socialize, then I need to socialize with other people who are also emotionally insensitive. It's just I don't that's just not going to help me grow, you know? I need to socialize with people who are emotionally aware and not just aware, they also have to be like understanding too that mm, that's also on me. Yeah. So like, hi, my name is Ismael. I'm not emotionally aware. I have a great smile. I'll make you laugh. I'll make you I'll make you feel for better and for worse because I'm not emotionally attuned to other people's emotions. Even my own emotions, I only feel a couple emotions very strongly. Anger and sadness. Those are the two emotions that I feel the most. So so for me it's not enough to just socialize with other people who are like me in that sense because we're just going to be emotionally insensitive to each other, and it's not going to be a fun time. It's just going to kind of be a numb because it won't be a bad time and it also won't be a good time. So it'll just kind of be like an time, you know? And for someone like I'm starved for emotional connection. So I will gravitate to those like eh moments just um because that's what trauma is. You know, we're attracted to the devil that we know. The devil that we know is better than the devil we don't know, right? Or at least we think the devil. Anyways, I'm not saying hanging out with the cohort. I almost said my friends, which I can say that, right? I want to be friends with these people. I I guess I just don't want to jump the gun, right? I don't want to be overly eager because I'm like protecting my own feelings too. Um, which I don't know if I need to do if I'm like learning how to be stronger emotionally, then I can also be more vulnerable emotionally because I know I'll bounce back. That also applies to like looking for jobs too, where I like if I don't get hired for a job, I will burn out. I will be drained, and then it'll take me a while to to summon up the energy to apply to more jobs again because my basic needs are met. You know, it's the other ones that I'm working on. So I went out to get drinks with people, these people, these people, and man, it just it was a shot. It was a shot. Like that the drinks had nothing to do with it. Like just being in a group again was a shot. Like it activated my neurons. Like my neurons were firing again in a way like again, I'm not a scientist. I do find it interesting to think about science though. And so like you hear about neurons, or at least I've read about like neurons and how like they form paths in our brain and how those paths kind of like are roadways for like certain functions of emotion and behavior. However, we don't have it figured out exactly how emotions and behavior function, right? I'm just speaking about like what I read and what I find interesting that if emotions and behavior react in the brain, right? And then like the brain will trigger different neurons to fire in different paths based on the situation that we're in. Then it's been a while since those paths in my brain were being fired. And that's a shot, man. That is just a shot. So it felt good. It felt great. Actually, it felt great. It felt amazing to be with people and then being a group and then people say things and maybe people say something that they didn't really want to say. It's just, when those neurons are firing, it's hard to censor sometimes. It's just like the brain is going to do what it's going to do and we're just kind of along for the ride sometimes. I messed up with I also have an internship, and I'll say that again. I have an internship, which is pretty cool. Well, it's not really an internship. It's a volunteer thing because I'm not in college anymore. I'm like hugging this mic. Mm. um yeah, it's with ONC, which stands for One National Conversation. Although I keep on saying it's our national conversation. Um I don't think I've made the best of first impressions. And then like in the third meeting that we had, or that they had, and then I'm like in it. Um, I I was insensitive. Well, not like crazy insensitive, just a little insensitive. Um, so like, I, um, I, they're talking about like their projects, and how they're trying to go viral. And I just was having a lot of thoughts that I just was not voicing. Um, and the one I chose to voice, the one I chose to voice was just like very challenging. Um, and it was a little insensitive. I basically was just like, well, why do you want to go viral? And so like that questioning is a challenge, you know. So I try to put myself in their shoes, right? Like if I was like for example this channel, if I was able to like bring people onto this channel and we had a goal and we had a mission to like hit 1,000 subscribers, and then someone that I brought in was just like, well, why? I can see how that might rub someone the wrong way. It's just I don't know. I don't. It's hard to say. I don't think that would rub me the wrong way. Um, I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn. 31 minutes. All right. Cool. 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 I think that's good for now. We'll see. We'll see how the audio is. We'll see what I put this over. And I'm like thinking if I should like say like and subscribe, cuz you already know. Like if you've watched the whole video and you're still here, why aren't you subscribed? That's the question. No. Like I don't think I need to say it, you know? Cuz everybody already knows. If you like something, you're going to like the video. You don't need someone to tell you to say it. And then again, it probably plays into the psychological aspect of this whole thing where you got to like treat people almost like figures, you know? It's just kind of how it goes. As long as you're not actually treating real people as figures. Like, there's a difference between like me telling you to like and subscribe because I don't know you. I don't know. You're literally, you can be anywhere, you know? Like, you're literally just you literally, you literally are just a number, you know? So, if you see me out in the world, say what's up. So that way I can put at least a face to the number, you know? That helps with the whole dehumanizing thing. All right, I'm talking crazy. I'm out of here, yo. Peace.